Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Municipality of Monroeville Zoning Hearing Board meeting for Wednesday, April 5th, 2023. Will everyone please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance, and please remain standing for a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Would everyone please silence their cell phones at this time? And Sharon, may we have a roll call, please?
Mr. Griziak,
Here?
Mr. D'Agostino,
Here.
Mr. Gatos.
Here.
Mrs. Wilkins.
Here.
Mr. Hutchison,
Here.
Mr. Dice.
Here.
Mr. Weldon.
Here.
Thank you. I'd like to welcome our new member, Robert Hutchinson, as a new member of the Zoning Hearing Board.
Thank you for having me.
Next item is the approval of minutes. We have two sets. Would entertain a motion for the approval of the minutes of our December 7th, 2022 meeting.
I'll make a motion for approval.
I have a second, please.
I'll second that motion.
Motion and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion or minutes are approved. Next is for a motion for the January 4th, 2023 minutes. Have a motion, please.
I'll make a motion for approval.
A second.
I'll second.
Motion and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
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 Minutes are approved. We now have an item called reorganization, and ask Mr. Dice to,
Yes, because we've now got a new member of the board, and welcome aboard, Bob.
Thank you.
Because of that, and we've lost a member, it's the opportunity for you to reorganize your leadership. We'll be voting on three positions: chairman, vice chairman, and secretary. So first, a motion's in order to appoint a chairman. Does anyone have a motion to make?
I'll make a motion for Gary.
Griziak.
Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Second by Mike. All those in favor, say aye.
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 Against? Hearing none, congratulations, you
Thank
get to
you.
keep the gavel. Secondly, we need to appoint a vice chairman, and a motion's in order for that.
I'll make a motion for Larry.
I'll second that motion.
Okay, there's been a motion and second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any against? Hearing none, congratulations, you're vice chairman when Gary doesn't show up. Lastly, we need a secretary, a motion's in order for that.
I'll make a motion for Heather Wilkins.
Is there a second?
I'll second it.
There's a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Against? Hearing none, congratulations. With that, that ends the reorganization for the board this year.
thank you, Mr. Dice. Paul, first item?
So under new business, 23-2-A, Municipality of Monroeville, this is for the Valley Park. Applicant requests a variance from sections 804B 1B3, 805B 4A, 805B 4A7 of ordinance 261H, which amends the Monroeville zoning ordinance number 1443 as amended, regarding development regulations within a floodplain to permit the construction of a pedestrian bridge, restroom facilities, and a pavilion. The property is located at 1268 Abers Creek Road, tax parcel 1108P047, and known as Valley Park in the S Conservancy zoning district.
Thank you. Is the applicant present? Please come forward.
Oh, okay.
We'll go.
Double team us.
Yeah, I didn't know if I should talk about a little history real quick. And
You can
then-
do whatever you want.
Sign in.
So-
Let's do this. Can you
I don't
sign
need
in
to
and give us a
I don't need
name?
to sign.
Yeah, there's
Right.
nothing to sign here.
Yeah, there's nothing here.
There's no sign sheet.
All right, well, why don't you give us your name?
Yeah, that's good.
Can we improvise?
Forgot.
While he's getting it, I can just do that. if you'd like.
That's,
Sorry about that.
Paul's got you.
Do you want to sign it?
Yeah, I'll do mine and then get it out of the way. My name is Paul Estock, Recreation and Parks Department, Monroeville. I'm going to give you a brief little synopsis of how we came to this point.
One moment, please, Paul. Hang on.
Sorry.
I need to swear you in, actually.
I'm so sorry.
That's all right.
Let's swear them both in.
Yep.
Okay, I'm Martha Freck, President of Streamline Engineering, as the applicant representative on this job.
Welcome.
Thank you.
As soon as you sign in, I need to swear you in, Martha.
And while you're signing in, how do you spell your last name?
Frech.
Okay. Thank you.
Do you need to spell my name?
No. She knows enough about you.
Way enough.
Just leave it there.
Oh, just leave us here.
Yeah.
If you both raise your right hands, please. You swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God in this matter.
I do.
So let's just make it brief. Back in 2019, we opened up the Westmoreland Heritage Trail. Prior to that, if you guys are aware of it, we had this project came through Monroeville. We have 1.2 miles that comes through Monroeville. It starts in Trafford, currently ends just short of Delmont, 8.9 miles. I hope you've all had the opportunity to walk it. It's a fabulous little trail that we've created here. What happened in 2019 is when we opened it, prior to that, we had a parking lot there that we actually got grant money to put a parking lot in. As you're well aware, and I'm sure last Saturday if you went down there or Sunday, there's no parking. You know, especially with the fishing season and stuff like that, parking is very difficult. So it's always been a goal of mine to potentially find another location that we might be able to add some additional parking. That's when Valley Park come into mind. So the presentation that Martha's going to do for you is just a labor of love for me and the municipality, the support of Tim and Paul and the DCNR. I applied for a grant with the help of them, with our advisory board. There's a lot of people involved. We were able to receive a grant to help pay for this project. I received a grant for $243,000 with a matching from the municipality for a total of about $490,000. So it's a rather large project. It's become a rather large deal. Martha's been involved since probably 2019, 18, and here's where you are a couple of years later. So, so I just want to tell you that briefly about where we are, and then Martha can take it from here. So,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Paul.
Welcome, Martha.
Well, thank you very much, Board. So I don't know really how this works, but.
There's a camera overhead that will zoom in wherever you're wanting it to.
Okay, so if it follows. So we're along on Turtle Creek, right next to the Valley Park on Apers Creek Road. And the project is proposing to put in a pedestrian bridge that goes across Turtle Creek. The pedestrian bridge is going to be spanning about 100 feet, and then there's a ramp up to it that, from Valley Park up to the bridge that's about 62 feet. And then on the other side, of course, is the Heritage Trail. The proposed design is to elevate this bridge above the 100-year flood elevation. The ramp, of course, will not be able to do that since we bring it down to the level of Valley Park. We ran an analysis, hydrology and hydraulic analysis to see how it may affect putting in this bridge, how it may affect the 100-year floodplain. And it does not, because what happened was there is a skate park with a fence, and that's an obstruction in the floodplain. And we're taking that out, and we're replacing it with this ramp, which would not be as much of a obstacle for any kind of flow through that area. So we are planning on making this bridge, this pedestrian bridge, handicap accessible, and so that to allow those who are enjoying the Valley Park to be able to go across the bridge to the Heritage Trail. The other part of the project, and I'm going to just switch this around, trying to. So the other part of the project is putting in a bathroom facility. The bathroom facility is going to be near the parking area, which is right off of Apers Creek Road. And we wanted the bathroom facility to be as far away from the stream as possible. The bathroom facility and the proposed pavilion is outside of the 100-year floodway. It's still in the 100-year floodplain, but it's out of the floodway, which is going to be the floodway is going to be the major flow through from Turtle Creek. So there may be, during the 100-year flood, some flooding in this area, and that's why we're here for the zoning board presentation to allow for a variance to allow us to build these structures in the 100-year floodplain. On this over here, we're showing where the bathroom is. It's going to be handicap accessible. It's coming from the parking lot, and it goes up, and there we have a ramp, and we are proposing fill, a little bit of fill to elevate this bathroom to above the 100-year, we don't really have it above the 100-year. What we have is the toilet facility itself being, we do have, I'm sorry, I'm getting confused here. So the first floor elevation is above the 100-year, but there is a requirement to have any facilities 1.5 feet above the 100-year. And our first floor is below that required 1.5, but the toilet itself is at an elevation that's above that 1.5 feet. So we're concerned with flooding, we're concerned with pollution when things are flooding, that we don't want to increase pollution during a 100-year event. It being that the bathroom facilities are above the 100-year, then that will affect it. We have this bathroom that will be connected to the existing sanitary line, so it's not going to be self-contained. It has to be connected to the sanitary line, and we're going through the appropriate sewer modules for that. So that was the other request, putting in a sanitary facility in a 100-year floodplain. So that was the other. So those were the three requests. Putting facilities in a 100-year floodplain, putting fill in to elevate at least this, the bathroom, which is pretty far away from the stream, and then the third one is to put sanitary facilities.
Is the bathroom facility prefabbed?
Yes.
Will it be anchored securely to the ground?
Yes, we have proposed a concrete slab, and that they will be anchored, the prefab building will be anchored
Thank you.
onto the concrete slab.
Any other questions by the board? You have no other witnesses?
No,
Okay.
Full
You don't
Anybody,
have
we have somebody from the audience wants to speak. When do you anticipate with all the approvals this will come to fruition?
well, we would have to submit the permit applications to DEP. This was our first step.
Okay.
Right.
And we have to get the sewer modules in, the DEP approvals, and of course, the approvals from the conservation districts. We have already approached Murraysville because we are connecting into their territory, and they said that we don't have to go through any planning, that they're all 100% with this project. And we also talked to the recreation director at the Westmoreland County, and they're 100% in agreement with this project.
Very good.
So we got that battle part done. But we do have to go through DEP, and
Yeah.
that might take,
It's going to take a little while.
it's going to take a while.
All right. Thank you. Sir, you wish to speak?
He wasn't sworn in.
No. To sign in, please, and I'll swear you in.
Right here.
Yep.
Hello, my name's David D'Onofrio.
Could you spell your last name, please, for the secretary?
Oh,
Over here?
sorry, David D'Onofrio, D-O-N-O-F-R-I-O.
Would you raise your right hand, please?
My residence?
Would you raise your right
Oh,
hand?
sorry.
That's right.
I'm 75, you gotta
It's okay.
excuse me.
I'm
It's
knocking
fine.
on that door. Do you swear or affirm to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth, but so help you God in this matter?
Yes, I do.
All right, please.
I lived on Tyrolia Road for 52 years. That's right at the very bottom. I've witnessed the floods. About 3 years ago, you had river rescue boats down there with the big inflatables rescuing people on Avers Creek. You're gonna build on a floodplain. I disagree with that. The bridge may be okay, but the public bathroom facilities in a low-traffic area like that has a tendency to attract undesirables. Case in point, go over to Boyce Park. All the public restrooms are closed, locked up, tight. They don't open them. You're gonna have the same problem down there. We have children, my children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren are playing down there. I think you should do away with the bathroom and the pavilion, because the graffiti guys are gonna come in and tag everything, and then the vandals are gonna come in and they're gonna bust the faucets, put M80s in the toilets and all that stuff. I've seen it in my life. And it's gonna flood again, not if, when. I've seen it flood many times. Last time it flooded, when they had the river rescue there, it was this high on the fence where the skateboard is. I've never seen it that high. It might get higher some other time. About a little over 3 decades ago, there was a dead body found right between the creek and Avers Creek Road. I don't know if you are aware of that. When you have a dark place like that, and a bathroom facility, and children around, I think it's a recipe to cause problems. I think you better consider this, each and every one of you. That's about all I have to say.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Mr. Estock, may I ask a few questions of you? Absolutely. We have restrooms in our park system. Can you explain how they're secured and,
So currently, even down at the Valley Park, we actually have a porta-john down there. That's down there currently. Is there vandalism everywhere? Absolutely. There's nothing you can avoid. But we do everything in our power to make sure that gate, excuse me for, I know right now that gate doesn't get closed down there. Our goal is once this becomes what it's gonna become, we're gonna have that be shut down on a regular basis. The anticipation for the restrooms is to be on a timer to be locked down at a certain time, at dusk, so that nobody can get into them. The pavilion is gonna be a very, very small, little 2-3 tables underneath there. There's no desire to put this huge, like we have the community park.
Right.
Nothing like that.
Okay.
It's just to get off the beaten path, to take a little rest under some shade, is all that is.
is there any lighting in the anticipated?
You have that on there? Well, there's gonna be lighting coming August. We have to have electricity. We were required.
There's gonna be lighting on the restroom facility.
The facility, exactly. On the outside of the facility, there will be lighting on there. I apologize. LED lighting that's gonna project, correct.
Is there gonna
Absolutely.
be any cameras or for security?
I mean, if we have to, we have them in different parks. Again, kids are like, they just always are moving, we
No,
have
I
certain
understand.
park, it's just, you know that, I
Yeah.
mean, you've seen it, different parks you've been into. It's a problem everywhere we go, and we will take the appropriate actions to make sure it's done properly. If we are required to have some cameras down there, we will do that. There's currently a bathroom over at the parking lot at the end of Saunders Station, and there is a big, huge light down there. We don't have any graffiti issues. There's a sign down there, a bulletin board. Currently, the only thing that's happened over since 2019, the porta-john has been pushed over by kids, I would say 4 times. We go in, put it back up again, and move forward, so it does happen. I mean, and, we have parks that get graffitied all the time, but we get out there, take care of it right away, and
And if it's, oh, I'm sorry.
So between the park where the soccer field is and the skateboard park and another opposite side where people park for biking and fishing, how many bathrooms are?
So currently, there's a bathroom in Trafford, there's a bathroom in Murraysville, nothing in between.
So there's no portable?
Currently, there's not, we don't. We'll put a porta-john down there now
Right,
for
for the season.
For the season, yeah. But then we take it back away. So, but there is no current restroom between the two. So we have a restroom, porta-john at the Saunders Station, and we will also have one at Valley Park, which has always been there for as long as I can remember.
So I guess my question is with the pavilion or with the bathroom itself, if there was a flood or when it happens again in the future, what's going to happen with the bathroom or the pollution in with the bathroom and all that. I mean, I'm not an
And
engineer.
what I think Martha was trying to tell you is, right now, currently at the flood plain where we are, that the toilet itself is above what that flood plain is, but the water don't dump into that toilet, so we are required to stay above that line.
Okay,
Can it happen?
yes.
Yes.
And it's going to the sanitary
Okay,
source.
if it's
not-
going into the sanitary, Paul, am I saying that correctly? Is it going in the sanitary
Yes,
sewer then?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
And that toilet's 1.5 feet above the 100-year floodplain.
Okay.
So there's that factor of safety a bit.
And the fixtures within these facilities are very industrial. They're not,
That's
they're
correct.
They have
not
to be
vandal-proof,
above.
but they're,
They would have to be above that 1.5 foot, above the 100-year flood.
I mean, as far as there's no faucets that are easily broken off, or isn't it stainless steel or whatever it's,
Yeah, whatever it's required, we will make sure all requirements are met. That's
Right.
not, that's not
I
even
mean,
a
that's something
question.
that we can look into with the manufacturer of the bathroom and double check and make sure.
And if you go down there now, I would agree with the gentleman he's saying, is the graffiti, people love the graffiti, that's what the skate park is, it's a graffiti. But we're gonna take that away, we're gonna take away, we're gonna try and reduce, we're definitely reducing the flood plain, by taking some things away. The skate park, the fence, the fencing, there's a guardrail down there that separates, we're gonna put some rocks and stuff down there, so we're gonna really reduce that.
okay?
Is there
Now,
a chance of happening? Absolutely.
is somebody gonna be checking on the
That's,
facility?
that's the goal,
often?
is we're gonna find somebody to make sure it's shut, whether it's the police or whatever, if the gates is gonna get closed down there,
Okay.
for sure. Yeah.
right.
It's just a popular thing. I mean, I think it'll be a positive, but I understand where he's coming from with regards to these things.
Right.
Because there's no on-site resident there, correct?
That's correct. We used to when the pool was there. We had somebody that was at the pool that would close the pool and they would close Valley Park. Then when the pool was sold to Turnpike, we don't have anybody down there right now, so it does stay open. Winter months, we do shut it down. We shut it down like October-ish, reopen it. But we had to be more diligent and find somebody to open and close it. So if anybody's looking to do it, then, hey,
The 1.5 foot, how did you come up with that 1.5 foot?
That's a requirement in the code,
Is it, okay,
yes.
And that comes from FEMA. That's a standard.
standard code, okay.
Mr. Donofrio, you have a follow-up?
Just one other thing I want to add.
Wait till you get to the microphone, please.
I just want to add one other thing. Who's going to be responsible for the upkeep and the repairs and maintenance? Who's going to bring the toilet paper down and empty the trash cans? Is our borough supposed to do that?
I think it's one of the park, it's part of the park system,
Yeah, I think
or it
it's
will
part-
be.
it's
It will be part of the park
Park
system,
and Rec system.
Yes,
Our
sir.
department?
Yes, sir.
Our,
Yeah,
Monroeville?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
As they do with our other
Yeah.
major parks.
so down there we'll have a dog station and everything like that. It's a requirement, our Public Works, Parks and Rec Department, go to all the bathrooms, they clean, sterilize them once a week, depending on the activities. If there's picnics, they're there Saturdays, Sundays, and that's a requirement. We make sure that that's done on a regular basis.
Very good, thank you.
Okay?
Anybody else from the audience? Paul, have we had any correspondence?
None.
I would then entertain a motion.
I'll make the motion to approve.
Have a second, please?
I'll second it.
Motion and seconded, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Thank you. Good luck with the project.
Thank you.
Paul, number 2.
Item 2 is 23-3-A, Terry Smith, Child Care Facility. Applicant requests a dimensional variance from section 401.9 of the Monroeville zoning ordinance number 1443 as amended to operate a child care facility within 2,000 feet of an existing child care facility. The property is located at 2510 Mosside Boulevard, tax parcel 857 R024 in the C2 Business Commercial Zoning District.
The applicant is present.
Yes, how you doing?
Fine. Did you sign in, please?
I did.
And would you state your name for the secretary?
Terry Smith.
Terry Smith, and would you raise your right hand, please? Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God in this matter?
Yes, I did.
Please.
All right. So pretty much, like Paul said, I'm just looking to go within 2,000 square feet of I don't think they're open yet, but it's a childcare. They're classified as childcare. I tried to look on the website to see what their hours and if it was similar to ours. From what I can find, it's not. So, and at the same time, it looks a little smaller than what I'm trying to go into. We currently have a center, so I'm trying to move the current kids that I have to this space, upstairs and downstairs. So yeah, just hoping to move down the street, and this is located right across from the Family Dollar, and I had, oh, okay, the map is here. So I did, print it out, excuse me, here, where it says it's a 2-minute drive, so if you're going, I don't know, down the hill from Gateway High School, that building would be on the right, and then the 2510 would be on the left if you're going down the hill. So I guess about a 2-minute, not really even 2-minute, but it's about a 2-minute drive from what this is saying anyway, from maps, the Google Maps.
Yes, Paul, a question. Paul,
Sure.
the new proposed zoning hearing board, or zoning
Ordinance.
ordinance is going to eliminate this requirement?
Yes,
or
the current
proposed to.
ordinance has this separation to 2,000 feet. I don't know where that came from. So in the revised ordinance, I've removed that so that, I mean, I don't see any reason why you can't have daycares next to each other.
So this is technicality that,
Yeah,
right now,
it's-
we're bound by it, but any questions from the board members?
How many children will be in this?
So it's licensed by the state, so
Okay.
pretty much it's based on what they say, based on the square footage of the classroom, not so much the building,
Okay.
because they're not gonna count the hallways and the office spaces. So guesstimate, like just me going in and looking at the rooms, I would say probably about 60 children in this space.
Paul, is there any feedback at all from any of the current residents in this building?
No correspondence with anybody.
Okay.
Other questions, board members?
What other tenants are in the building that you'd be?
So in this particular building that was up a little bit ago, there's no one in the actual building. It would just be
Oh,
me
okay.
in that whole 2510 Mossad Boulevard.
Because that's it's
Right there.
3 floors, right? Or 2 floors?
2 floors. So you go in, there's some steps to the right, and then there's a first floor, and then upstairs, the second floor. So restrooms, both top and bottom.
So you'll have the entire facility then?
Yes.
Okay.
Other questions? You have a motion, please.
I'll make a motion for approval.
You have a second?
I'll second that motion.
Motion and second. All in favor, say aye.
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 Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Good
Good
luck.
luck.
Thank you.
Oh, number 3.
See you, Paul.
I'm sorry, I forgot to, any of you folks, did you wish to talk about this? Okay, thank you. My mistake.
See you guys.
Okay, last item. 23-4-A, Marla Jordan. Applicant requests a variance from section 210 fences of the Monroeville zoning ordinance number 1443 as amended to construct a 6-foot tall solid fence in the front yard of the property that faces Second Avenue. The property address is 391 James Avenue, tax parcel 642J032 in the R2 Single Family Residential Zoning District and is a corner lot.
And Paul, could you just explain for the audience and folks here about the hardship with the corner lot?
I'll actually come up and use the image here.
Are you going to be speaking as well, ma'am?
You'll both be speaking?
You
Okay,
can-
I'll get with you in a sec.
Sign in, please.
Get in the center here. Sign over there. There's a pen there. Can you get this on the screen, Jared? And zoom in a little bit. Okay, so the reason he needs a variance is because he's proposing a 6-foot solid fence in the front yard. But because the property has 2 front yards, it's a corner lot, it's considered a hardship. So he has 2 front yards and 2 side yards, no rear yard. So according to the municipal planning code, technically he has a hardship and gives him standing in front of the zoning hearing board for a variance.
Thank you.
Do you guys
Appreciate it.
want this up here, or do you have your own? Got your own?
Would you please state your names for the secretary?
Marla Jordan, Jordan.
Thank you.
And
Mary Lou Urban.
Mary Lou, okay. Would you both raise your right hands, please? Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God in this matter?
I do.
All right. Please state your.
Yeah, I'm here because I wanted to, like he said, do a privacy fence along Second Avenue. And I wanted to have it up for privacy because I have a pool there and I have more kids around my house now also.
Anything else? Madam?
I live across the street.
Please try to stand in front of the microphone there. Thank
I
you.
live across the street, and I've been calling the municipality probably for the past 9 months because I don't have a problem with the privacy fence. But on the front of the property, on the back of the property, and I've been dealing with Paul for probably the past 9 months, because there are posts in front of where they would put the privacy fence. It goes the whole way along Second Street. And the problem I'm having, and I was told when I called the borough building that they are putting it up to appease me from calling here because there are multiple vehicles in the yard that are unregistered. And someone here told them if they cover all those vehicles, the zoning board cannot ask them to uncover them. And I understand that there's an ordinance here at the municipality that you are not allowed to have unregistered vehicles in your yard. And I don't condone anybody from making extra money, but they do bring things from the municipality, the garbage trucks, or from wherever, dryers, washers, etc. And they bring them home, and he takes them to the junkyard, and he scraps them. That's fine. Well, then all the leftovers end up behind this privacy fence that they want to put up. I've taken several pictures, and I don't know what that privacy fence is going to do because it's not covering the pole, it's not covering the front, and now there are several vehicles in the yard that are all covered with tarps that blow all over the place, and I didn't know that in Monroeville you're allowed to conduct a junkyard in your yard. I pay close to $6,000 for my house. I also have a rental across the street that I pay $2,500 in taxes for. Mellon was a beautiful neighborhood that now I live across the street from a working junkyard. I have nothing against Marlon Spencer, never gotten into a fight with him in the 32 years I've lived there. I don't know how many years they've lived there, but I don't know what a 6-foot privacy fence is going to do. What is it going to look like in 3 years? Like, would you want to drive down my street probably 30 feet and see a 6-foot fence? And what are you going to see from the front of it, the front of their houses? You're still going to see the unregistered vehicles, the lawnmowers, the washers, the dryers, the quads. I mean, if my car broke down and it wasn't able to be used anymore, I would take it to the junkyard, or I would trade it in for the next new vehicle. Or if the washer that I took to the junkyard and got scrapped, the rest of it, I would get rid of it. So when I called last week and I said, what's the privacy fence going to do? And he told me, they're trying to appease you, Mary Lou. And I said, well, the 6-foot fence is not going to appease me. And I was told, well, come to the zoning meeting. And I says, well, I'll see you at the zoning meeting. So I don't want Spencer Marla to have to spend more money after they spent money on covers to cover it all. And I do have pictures of it all. It's not pretty. It's not pretty at all. And am I correct in saying that there's an ordinance in the municipality that you're not allowed to have unregistered vehicles in your yard? Is that an ordinance?
Correct.
Okay. So does he get a special because he works for the municipality? And you told me that you've never seen him before in your life, so he doesn't get special.
This is the first time
Okay.
I haven't even talked to him. I do not know Spencer.
Okay.
We did issue a letter of violation after I spoke to you on the phone. He has several weeks to address the items in the letter, and we're moving forward from there.
Okay. So I'm just wondering, like, what the 6-foot fence is gonna do. That's, how many feet long is it? More than 30 feet, 60 feet? And I spoke with both of my neighbors on both sides. My neighbor that's directly beside them said, I'd rather see the shrubs in front than a 6-foot fence, because a 6-foot fence isn't gonna be pretty. My other neighbor said, I'm not crazy about it either. I'd rather see the shrubs. There's already an old fence there. So we're just covering up more junk is what we're doing. You could see the pictures, if I'm allowed to show the pictures.
I'm not sure we're going to get good resolution from your iPhone.
Paul, the picture that's on the table, is it the same one we have?
Yes.
That-
Is that a current picture, ma'am?
A satellite image, Marla.
Is that current?
You'll need to get sworn in.
I don't know.
My name is Spencer Jordan.
Sign in, please. State your name for the secretary, please,
Spencer Jordan.
and raise your right hand, please. You swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God in this
Yes,
matter?
I do. There is 3 trucks there. Well, 2 trucks and a frame. I'm putting the one truck together, tearing the other truck apart, which she doesn't know. The quad is undercover. The quad is registered. My old Nova that's sitting there is registered as an antique. The only 2 that are not registered are the 2 trucks. The one truck I am tearing apart. I've been so busy this week after I got my certificate or registered letter, the letter. I haven't had a chance to because I've been here working. So this weekend, I'm gonna try to get the one truck together, torn apart. The other truck I'm not getting rid of. The other truck is an older truck. I'm gonna put it together. It's gonna be covered up. There's nothing against being covered. I understand it got blown off, that we had high winds. But as far as that, I've been cleaning up before I even was told. So I'm only one person. I made the mess, I'm gonna clean it. So, I mean, as far as the fence, I want my privacy, if I can get it. I mean, she does too, so.
Well, I think the fence and the condition of the yard are 2 separate matters. One's an enforcement item for
Yeah, that's
municipality to
why I come
handle.
up, because
And we're dealing with the fence issue. So, ma'am, if there's still issues that you have with the appearance of the lot or things in violation, then those would be addressed by Mr. Wilden and his staff.
I don't think a 6-foot 30, how many feet long is it, Spencer?
I don't
60
know.
feet?
Well, I wanna go.
The length of the street?
The length of the street on my property, back to the back behind the pole.
I think it's
where I
gonna
have
be a
one.
huge eyesore. It's gonna be like, it's gonna be like.
But this
a-
is the thing. You only have so much time in a day. I work, I get tired, I come home, I didn't clean it up. I clean the whole corner up. But
And I agree.
you don't understand why I want to put the fence up. I want the fence up, I want the stuff out of there. I've been wanting the stuff out of there. I just haven't had the time the way I've been working.
So
So-
you're putting the fence up for privacy because you
I
have a
want the privacy
pole.
fence, but everything will be gone
Right.
that's in there, other than the truck and my Nova. Everything else is registered. My lawnmowers, what's that have to do with it?
So these are 2 different, pretty
I'm-
much separate?
Yes. I
Okay.
mean, I have a rider. I got rid of all the other ones. I have one left to get rid of, which is sold.
Okay.
I've cleaned up a lot of the stuff that's been there, all my mowers and that, because I mean, I fix them too. I fix them, I sell them to people. You know what I mean? I don't just try not to leave the stuff there. I try to put it on my trailer and scrap it.
Okay.
You know, but I do get overwhelmed. So,
All right, thank you. Sir, would you sign in, please?
I don't wanna cost him more money to put up a.
oh, I want to put the fence up. I do want to put the fence up. I don't care what it costs.
But it's not covering your pool fence,
Leo
Spencer.
Engel.
Yes, it will. This right here is
I
going to
live
cover
with
it,
that
right
residence.
here. This
Well,
right
you
here.
said you're
One at a
putting
time.
it the
No,
whole
I
way
want
along.
it,
Hold on,
Okay,
guys.
folks.
so there, that's what's all marked.
We need this gentleman to
So
be
Sandy Old Country
sworn in
check
here.
eye.
Just 1 second.
Sir, state your name for the secretary,
Leo
please.
Engelke?
Spell your last name.
E-N-G-L-E-K-A.
I'm sorry.
E-N-G-L-E-K-A.
And would you raise your right hand, please? Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God in this matter?
Yes, sir.
Please.
I just think the fence isn't gonna cover the pool like she originally said. I think the fence is being put up to cover all the junk that's in the yard. That junk didn't just appear in the last year. It's been there for probably 10 years that I've known her. It's just not something that just popped in there the last couple weeks. So this is something
Nobody
that's
said
been
it
an
didn't.
ongoing problem for a long time.
Nobody said it did.
I have a question. Are we looking at the same picture? Because am I looking at the picture where the X's are the fence?
The X's are where I
So-
want the fence at, okay? This picture right here is actually from before. This blue truck I do not have.
Hey,
The red truck I still have, it's covered.
Can you guys put the picture on the monitor again, please? There you go.
This picture, I don't know when it was,
Okay,
but
yeah.
I don't have the blue truck no more.
Right, but the X is where the fence is, so
Yes.
it is putting the pool out of visible
Yes.
sight?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I
From
want.
who? The junk puts the pool out of visible
The
sight
junk will
from
be
there.
gone.
But wait a
The
second.
junk's gonna be gone.
Can I speak?
This did not say this on the telephone's post. It only says that you're putting a fence from here to here.
No, that's why I talked, and I actually
Paul,
have the,
what does it say?
Second Street.
It says only on Second Street. It
but it's
just-
all Xed.
No, he needs a variance for the section of fence along Second Street because that's a front yard.
I don't need
He
it
does not
behind
need a
it.
variance for the portion.
I don't need a
that-
variance right here, I just need it for here. This is my property here, but there's no street. This is street, this is street. That's why I'm taking it here.
Why is it so close to the road? I wouldn't have a problem if it wasn't butt up.
But that's my property. Go, the posts that are there, the square posts,
Yeah.
the 4x4s and
Yeah.
6x6.
That's where it's going?
That's my property.
Is that where it's going on those posts that are already there?
Yeah.
Or right next to.
I'm not I can't put it right here.
All right,
That's
slow
why it's
down.
Xed.
We have a court reporter trying to get this done.
Sorry.
So we live in this house here,
Yeah, which one's your house?
Right here.
Okay, on the corner
and
by
then
itself.
our rental house is right here, on the same part of that grass, it's just not pictured right now.
So the
So
person
it's
that lives,
before this, where this road is, there's another house right here that she owns.
It's on James, coming up James.
okay, and so the person who lives in the house with the white car is, they're not here, correct?
No.
Okay.
No, that's
I
my
don't even
mother-in-law.
think he knows there's a fence going there either,
It's my mother-in-law.
Oh, that's your family, okay.
Yes, on the other side.
on the other side, not behind it where the other fence is.
This is old, this is an old
That's
picture.
why I said it's an old, I don't have that truck.
Okay,
That
everybody
truck's
knows it's an old picture.
Okay.
Any other
Other
testimony?
questions from board members? Nobody else in the audience, correct? Correct.
No.
No other testimony?
No other testimony. Paul, anything from any of the residents or
Nothing.
interested parties?
How high is this fence gonna be? Is it gonna, it's a
6 foot.
6-foot fence? It's a solid, what color's the fence?
It's gonna be pine. I would like to stain it if I'm allowed. If I'm not, then I won't.
We don't have
You
any
can
restrictions
stain
on
it.
color.
Okay, so it's gonna be a wooden versus like a white?
Yeah, I don't want a plastic fence.
Okay.
Just wooden pine.
I just have one other question. You say you do scrap during the
Yes.
pickup stuff. What's the normal tendency? How long is usually when you pick up scrap and then you deliver it or you go turn it in?
I pick up scrap. I slow down a lot, but I was usually going once a week. Now I'm lucky once every 2 weeks.
Okay.
Okay, and you're making the pledge that you're going to
Yes.
adhere to the letter and clean up the
yes, I have
lot?
a letter,
and-
yeah.
Okay, so,
Paul, is there a time frame on what that letter states
The 17th,
of
April.
April? So this month?
So when do you plan on doing the fence?
If it's
I know you're
approved,
I know you're very busy.
yes, if it's approved, I mean, I could start putting the fence up probably next week.
Okay.
any other board member questions? Anybody like to make a motion?
I'll make the motion to approve.
Have a second?
I'll second it.
Motion and second. All in favor? Say aye.
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 Aye. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's all we have on our agenda. We have one other motion needed for adjournment. May I have a motion, please?
Motion to adjourn?
Second?
So I'll second it.
Motion's and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
This meeting is adjourned. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.